Here he is, the coach of your Tips, entering their 15th season. Dennis Williams. How are you, Coach?
Hey, great. Thanks for having me on.
You're distracted because you got kids that are going to school. Is today day number one?
Yeah, day number one for our oldest daughter, and then our youngest one, who's 5, goes to kindergarten on Monday. So a lot of emotions with Mom today. As the first day of school comes. So, yeah. But we had a good skate on the ice, and then seems like it all went well there. So it's been good so far.
All right, one more question about the kids. Now, I was just talking about this with my girlfriend. We were trying to remember the feelings we had when summer was over and you're going back to school. Was it a time where you were kind of nervously excited or anxious? And so are your kids embracing school and they're excited, or are they terrified?
Yeah, I think probably with the move this summer, obviously very nervous. And I had to explain to my daughter how, even every time I go on the bench, I'm nervous. I was trying to explain that, and it's okay to be nervous. But again, I think the way the day it sounded went, she made a lot of new friends, and then excited to go back tomorrow. So I think all in all, it was two thumbs up for first day back at school.
Well, you're a couple years away from Dad. Will you get a normal job? So because being a coach is that can be tough on kids. I know that for certain, and that's something you probably think about.
Yeah, even with this coming out, we're at that age where and they're still young, in third grade and kindergarten. But as they get older, it makes it harder and harder, and you start to see a lot of those coaches. I never want to do this. Is their wife and kids will stay in a spot all year, and you go coach and come back in the summer. But the one thing I've always said to my wife Holly, it's something we would never do is separate our family, and something like that. So, as we start to venture down this road of coaching, we have to be a lot more selective as our kids get older of what jobs we do look at.
Well, just win all your games, and then you won't have to worry about
it. Yeah.
The 15th season, I'm starting, just by having you on today, is starting to get me think, oh, good, it's hockey season, and the cool weather is going to be coming in, and we've had a nice summer. I'm ready for it. Are you ready? I mean, you've gone through all the moving and acclimating and getting to know the players, and it's now almost like a deep breath. Now it's almost hockey season, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what, it's been a whirlwind the last probably 10, 12 days, with the team coming in and going through training camp and the first weekend of exhibition games. But it's now getting to the point where we have 2.5 weeks to prepare for the home opener, and it's been a lot of fun. The players came back in great shape. The new players and the veterans have done a great job of the buying in process, we call it, and it's been good so far. We obviously took one on the chin on our first game on Friday, and we the big thing for us though is we thought we continually got better throughout the weekend, not based on because we won the games, but we saw a lot of positives coming out of the weekend, and some that we're really stressed on this week leading into this weekend's games up in Vancouver.
To me, the preseason games are like watching an NFL preseason game. I don't really care about the score. You're looking at more probably different things. You're looking at goaltending and different lines of kids mixed and matched together. So outside of the score, how did you feel about the at least the initial preseason tournament?
Yeah, I thought overall it was again, we got a lot to learn about the players, and they got a lot to learn about us and the way we want to play. And but there was definitely a lot that we were able to see of guys that maybe mixed well together. But again, our biggest thing, like you mentioned, was trying to get guys in all situations as much as possible. And as you mentioned, the score wasn't quite as important to myself or to the likes of probably Gary and Mitch as seeing what some of our new guys can do and giving some of our vets a clean slate to show us what they can do. And it was more of probably a feeling out process on both the coaching side and player side. But I thought overall the guys did a really nice job. And, they stuck together out there. They competed hard each and every night. And I definitely thought the Saturday and Sunday games were a little bit more of a feel of a little bit higher tempo, and it didn't feel quite exhibition game. I've been in a lot of those, where you go through the whole game and there's just not a lot of excitement,
Yeah.
And but I definitely thought Saturday, Sunday, there was a little bit more jam to the game, and again, at the end of the day, it's even though it's exhibition, we want to win as many as we can. It probably keeps everybody in better moods, So it was a weekend where we took a lot from it, moved good in areas of improvement, and now it's up to us as coaches to implement it for the next few weeks and try to tighten up some areas.
All right. Does Mitch teach you as is your assistant, and he's your only assistant? A 2-person coaching staff. Does he teach you and says, "Hey, Dennis, you need to hate these guys. These are the Portland Winterhawks. Hey, and you really need to not stand these guys. These are the Seattle Thunderbirds. You got to learn the lessons now."
Yeah, I learned pretty quickly in that Seattle game. The probably dislike between everybody there. It didn't take long between the players, and that's fun, and that's what the rivalry's all about, right? And then it didn't get any easier with Portland coming in, and they had a pretty full lineup there going, up there, and they can definitely get up and down the ice well and make plays and score goals. Lover definitely, he gives me the insight on all the teams, and it is important, that I utilize him a lot, and get feedback about styles of teams and coaches of teams and players in the league, because he's been around, for quite some time, and he has a good knowledge of both the league and the players. So I definitely, I come to Mitch quite a bit, and vice versa. And so far, I know it's been enjoyable working with him.
It's funny. You're the third hockey interview I've done in the last week. The first 2 were with the star of the movie Goon 2 and the director of Goon 2. Have you ever seen the movie Goon?
I saw a part of it on an airplane there, and then I'm not very good with names of the stars. I can see who plays it,
Yeah, the guy Stifler from the American Pie movie. Yeah, Stifler played Goon. Goon 2 is out, and I had the actor and the director on, and I talked to the actor and said, hey, we had our own guy. We didn't call him Goon. We called him Mitch Love. He was our enforcer. He was the guy that absolutely lit the crowd here in the early days of the Everett Silvertips, but that movie hit home with me. It's really fun. You should play it for the team, but then again, I don't know if you want your team to play like the team that plays in the movie Goon.
No. It you know what? I have watched pieces of it, when it's been on here and there, and but yeah, once you said Stifler, and that's who I was thinking of, But I didn't want to say that name. Yeah. It's got a real name,
yeah.
So.
All righty. Well, hey, we'll wrap it up. We're running out of time. The 15th season of the Everett Silvertips is at hand. The home opener is on September 23rd against the Portland Winterhawks. I know you got a lot of work to do before then. We'll catch up with you right before the season starts and get our official preview in. Thank you for your time, and get back to work, and good luck to your kids on their first days at school.
Yeah, thanks very much. I look forward to chatting soon.
You got it. There he is, Dennis Williams, the head coach of your Everett Silvertips.